Imagine the legendary marine hero Garp, chained and powerless as Blackbeard laughs, announcing his public execution to the entire world. The Navy is cornered, the world government is losing control, and the most chaotic war in One Piece history is about to explode. But what if I told you that this war will be even bigger than Marineford, and that the Cross Guild, the Navy, and even Luffy himself could all clash in one final battle? One Piece is in its most thrilling phase yet, and the stakes have never been higher. With the Final Saga unfolding, Oda is pulling out all the stops, setting up a confrontation that will shake the very foundation of the world. Blackbeard holds Garp hostage, the Navy is backed into a corner, and an all-out war is inevitable. But this isn't just any war, it could redefine the balance of power forever. In this video, we'll break down Blackbeard's terrifying plan, the role of the Cross Guild, and why this war might surpass even the legendary Marineford battle. So, grab some meat, sit back, and let's dive into the chaos. The capture of Garp and Blackbeard's trump card. Blackbeard wants to trade Garp. The public execution of the Navy. Hero will be announced. The world government's abolishing of the Shichibukai system cleared the way for Garp's capture. As soon as the Shichibukai regime was disbanded, the world government dispatched Marines to attack the Shichibukai, who were previously allies. Clearly, this was to demonstrate that they were no longer receiving the protection that they had previously received. Everyone was attacked, including Boa Hancock. Koby, in particular, was assigned to convince Hancock to surrender, but he was not up to the task. More than that, fans witnessed Blackbeard arrive on the island, and while he failed to achieve his main goal, which was to obtain Hancock's devil fruit, he did benefit from it by successfully capturing the Navy hero Koby. Obviously, the capture of Captain Koby, also known as the hero of the Rocky Port, was bound to spread like wildfire, and it did. After Koby was apprehended, Garp arrived to save him. Garp arrived on time and even defeated nearly all of the Blackbeard pirates on the island on his own. However, because Koby was employed as a pawn, Garp sustained terrible injuries, slowing him down to the point where he eventually lost. That being said, Koby was saved, but the Blackbeard pirates now control Hero, the hero of legends. Moving on, Blackbeard's plan with Garp appears to have remained unchanged. Blackbeard planned to utilize Koby as a trade chip. As he stated, he wants Pirate Island to be legally acknowledged as a nation and a member of the world government. Teach reasoned that trading Koby as a trading chip would enable the government to do so. Kuzan assumed it wouldn't work, because Koby was a member of SWORD. However, Blackbeard now has an even bigger trump card in the negotiations. Garp, the legendary hero of the Marines. Why Blackbeard will execute Garp. Publicly, the negotiations will go sour. The first thing fans should bear in mind about Garp is that he will be presented as a trade chip to the government. This appears to be what Lafitte was preparing for at the UMIT trading port following Egghead. Because UMIT port has a global reach, Blackbeard will most likely conduct these discussions in public, in front of everyone around the world, rather than in private. This puts a lot of pressure on the world government. For fans, he clutches Garp, the man known as the legendary hero, which implies that the people of the world value him and regard him as a sign of hope. If the world government fails to save Garp from Blackbeard, it would lose face in front of the entire world and their trust. They would essentially be squandering all public trust and be perceived as inferior to Blackbeard. The government cannot accept this, and it is all due to the brilliant idea of making the discussions public. On the other hand, the Blackbeard pirates aspire to establish their own nation that is associated with the government. Blackbeard cannot be given such authority either. If Blackbeard is given a country, it indicates that the government is weak and subservient to a pirate's will. To put it simply, neither choice works for the world government, and they will lose face regardless. There is just one path forward: war. This is where things become interesting, though. If Blackbeard does not get what he wants, he will most certainly try to tarnish the Navy's reputation as much as possible, which would most likely result in the public execution of their greatest hero, Garp. Governments cannot simply sit back and watch it be broadcast all over the world. Therefore, they will most certainly march on Pirate Island with their most powerful forces as a declaration of all-out war. A war bigger than Marineford is coming. The Cross Guild will play a massive role. Although this fight already appears difficult, there is one more essential person who will undoubtedly surprise fans, and that guy is none other than Buggy. To put it simply, Buggy and Blackbeard share a shared purpose and an enemy. For those who are unaware, the Cross Guild is placing bounties on the Navy, and following the killing of Vice Admiral T-Bone, the government cannot remain silent. They will have to go after the Cross Guild, just like they did with the Blackbeard pirates. At the same time, the Cross Guild plans to build a pirate stronghold capable of countering the threat posed by the world government, as described by Crocodile and Mihawk. This accords with Blackbeard's ambition of establishing a nation. If they share an adversary and a common goal, the only way forward is to band together and fight the Navy. During Garp's execution, the Cross Guild will most likely gather on Pirate Island with the Blackbeard pirates and fight the Navy, resulting in the New World's largest conflict, far surpassing the Paramount War. Of course, Luffy cannot allow his grandfather to die at the hands of Blackbeard, so fans should expect him to become involved in this fight as well, and given that he and Koby share a common aim, an alliance could form. Summary and highlights. Blackbeard plans to use Garp as a bargaining chip. Garp's public execution will be announced. Garp's capture causes negotiations to sour. One Piece is heading toward its most explosive battle yet, and the pieces are falling into place for a war that will change everything. Will the world government bow to Blackbeard's demands? Will Luffy and Koby join forces to rescue Garp? And what role will the Cross Guild play in this historic clash? The Final Saga is just getting started, and it's only going to get crazier from here. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more One Piece theories and analysis. Let me know in the comments, who do you think will survive this war? See you in the next one. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Review YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe and continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, question, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts on the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again, see you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments, the group is in a winter scene, and the next, they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat, and people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Ghoul D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show, because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Ghoul D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.